Welcome back to another episode of the English Learning Podcast. I'm David.
And I'm Sophia. We're so happy you're here today.
This episode is all about one of the most powerful words you'll ever hear, discipline.
Yes, not motivation, not luck, not talent, but discipline, the quiet, consistent force that shapes who you become.
If you've ever struggled to stay consistent with learning English, or you've started and stopped too many times, this episode is for you.
Because today, we're going to talk about how to build discipline, not just for English learning, but for your whole life.
Let's start with a simple truth. Discipline isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, like a muscle.
Exactly. People often think, I'm just not a disciplined person. But that's not true. You become disciplined by doing small things, even when you don't feel like it.
Think about this. When you brush your teeth, you don't ask yourself, do I feel motivated to do it? You just do it.
Right, because it's a habit. It's part of your daily life. That's how discipline works. It becomes automatic, but only after repetition.
And for English learners, that's the key. You don't need to study for 5 hours every day. You just need to show up every single day.
Even if it's for 15 minutes, even if you're tired, even if it's just listening to a podcast like this while walking to school or work.
That's how real progress happens, one consistent day at a time.
Let's be honest. Motivation feels amazing. It's like an emotional spark that makes you want to do something right now.
But motivation doesn't last. It fades. That's why people quit after a week.
Exactly. Have you ever started learning English and said, this time I'll do it? Then, after a few days, you just stop.
Yeah, that's motivation running out. But discipline? Discipline stays even when motivation disappears.
It's like a promise you make to yourself. You say, I'll study for 20 minutes every day. And then you do it, whether you feel like it or not.
And when you keep that promise, you build confidence. You start trusting yourself.
And when you trust yourself, you stop giving up.
Let me tell you a quick story. One of my students, her name is Emma, used to tell me she could never stay consistent. She'd study English for 1 week, then stop for a month.
I think many of us can relate to that.
Exactly. So I told her, forget studying for hours, just 15 minutes a day. Read, listen, or speak, but do something daily.
What happened next?
3 months later, Emma came back and said, I didn't miss a single day. Her English wasn't perfect, but her confidence was so much stronger.
That's what discipline does. It doesn't make you perfect. It makes you unstoppable.
Let's talk about how actually build discipline, because saying it is easy. Doing it, that's where most people struggle.
Step 1, start small. Don't try to do too much. Choose one small, realistic goal, like learning 5 new words each day.
Step 2, create a routine. Same time, same place. Your brain loves patterns.
Step 3, remove distractions. When you study, put your phone away, close other tabs. Make that time secret.
Step 4, reward yourself. Celebrate small wins. Maybe you finish a week of consistent study. Treat yourself to something small.
And step 5, be patient. Discipline grows slowly. You won't see results in 1 day, but you will in 1 month.
That's so true. Every small action adds up. It's like water dripping on a rock. Over time, even water shapes stone.
Let's connect this back to English learning specifically.
Yes, because discipline in English learning doesn't mean studying grammar all day. It means being consistent in exposure.
Listening to English podcasts, reading short articles, talking to yourself in English, these all build the habit.
Here's something powerful. Consistency beats intensity. Doing a little every day is better than doing a lot once in a while.
Exactly. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present.
When you make English part of your daily life, not just a subject you study, you'll start thinking in English.
And when that happens, learning becomes natural.
Now, let's be real. Everyone feels lazy sometimes. Everyone makes excuses.
Absolutely. I do too. Sometimes I just don't want to do anything.
The trick is not to fight the feeling, just don't listen to it.
Exactly. When your mind says, I'll do it tomorrow, that's the moment to act.
Because discipline is built when you do things you don't want to do.
And every time you do that, your brain gets stronger. It learns, I can do hard things.
So next time you don't feel like practicing English, just start for 5 minutes. Usually 5 minutes turns into 20.
That's so true. The hardest part is starting. Once you start, you realize it's not that bad.
There's something people don't talk about enough. Discipline builds self-respect.
Yes, when you keep promises to yourself, you start to feel proud of who you are.
It's not about impressing others. It's about saying, I did what I said I would do.
And that feeling, that quiet pride, it's one of the best feelings in the world.
You stop needing motivation from others because your own actions inspire you.
That's when you know you've truly become disciplined.
You know, everyone fails sometimes. You might miss a day. You might feel guilty.
And that's okay. One bad day doesn't ruin everything.
Yes, what matters is what you do next. Do you give up or do you start again tomorrow?
Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent, even after you fail.
If you miss one day, start the next day fresh. Forgive yourself and keep going.
Because success isn't about never falling. It's about always getting back up.
You know what's powerful? When discipline stops being something you do and starts being something you are.
That's right. You stop saying, I'm trying to learn English, and start saying, I'm an English learner.
It becomes part of your identity.
Exactly. When something becomes part of who you are, you no longer need motivation. It's just what you do.
That's how disciplined people think. They don't debate with themselves, they just act. Here's another secret. Discipline is easier when your environment supports you.
Yes. If your study area is messy or full of distractions, it's hard to focus.
So design your environment to make discipline easy. Keep your English notebook visible, put your phone in another room.
And surround yourself with people who inspire you, even virtually. Listen to English speakers, follow English learners online, join a community.
When you see others improving, it reminds you that you can too.
You know what's interesting? Most people think discipline limits freedom, but it's actually the opposite.
Yes, discipline creates freedom. When you're disciplined, you control your time, your habits, your mind.
You no longer a slave to laziness or distraction. You become free to achieve what you want, to learn English, to grow, to succeed.
Discipline is not punishment, it's power. So if you're listening right now and thinking, I've tried before, but I failed, remember this. Failure doesn't mean you're weak.
It means you're learning. It means you're trying. And that's already a sign of discipline.
You're not behind. You're right where you need to be.
And if you start today, just 15 minutes a day, imagine where you'll be in 6 months.
Fluent? Maybe not perfect, but confident, consistent, disciplined.
And that's what truly matters.
So promise yourself just one small action every day. Read, listen, speak, or write. Don't break that promise.
Because one day you'll look back and realize that discipline changed everything. Not just your English, your whole life.
We believe in you.
Yes, you can do this.
Stay disciplined, stay consistent, and keep learning.
You've got this.
Thanks for listening to today's episode of the English Learning Podcast.
We'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay motivated, stay disciplined, and keep growing.
Goodbye, everyone.